No, it's going live now. That's such a nice video entrance. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay McLovin here on Tuesday Night Hoops. Make sure I got that right. Here on ESEN Network. If you like the content, please give us a like and subscribe on Gonzo Sports from YouTube, as well as Elite Sports and Entertainment's YouTube pages. We always appreciate those subscribes. Without further ado, and since my Rockets have been kicked out of the NBA Cup, I don't have a tooth in this fight. I don't know if you guys do, but Tony, either way, the show is yours.
I don't think the Pacers do. I think they've won 3 games this year. Excuse me. What I've got tonight, you guys, is we got NBA surprises so far. We're about a quarter way through the season. They played about 25 games or so maybe a little over a quarter. And the first team I'm going to talk about, as far as the surprise team, is definitely one I didn't think we'd be talking about, is the Phoenix Suns. They're standing at a 14-10 record right now. But the big surprise, KD's gone, Bill's gone, and this team has changed. They become a defensive team, a tough team, a physical team. Booker's averaging 25 points a game and 6 assists, and Dylan Brooks averaging 22 points a game. So are you guys surprised as I am that Phoenix is where they're at? I don't know if they're going to stay there or not, but I don't think any of us thought that they would be where they're at right now. Jay, your take on Phoenix?
In terms of where they're in the standings, that does surprise me, given the amount of talent that they lost and the fact that I know who Jalen Green is. I think Jalen Green's been hurt even while he's been there for a little bit. So I have not been able to see how effective he's been there, but Jalen Green hasn't improved that much over a short period of time. So I know what they have in Jalen Green. And it doesn't surprise me where they are defensively, only because of the fact that Brooks, he may be a lot of things. Okay, but the man can play defense. He can play defense, and he can get into your head, and those are 2 attributes that Dennis Rodman had, Draymond Green had, right? And all the other guys that you kind of need a guy like a Dylan Brooks on your team that kind of gives you that energy, gives you that little mindset, gives you that little bit of defense. You kind of need a guy like that. And that's I didn't know about Dylan Brooks when he first came to the Rockets, so I didn't know what to expect. But after I saw what he did with the Rockets, I don't know if I like him as a person, but he does have skill sets that are beneficial on the defensive side of the ball and on the psychological side of the ball. So where the Suns are at defensively doesn't surprise me. But the record does, because I didn't think that with the drop-off in talent that Booker could carry this team offensively.
Well, you mentioned Green, and I wondered if he'd been hurt or something, because he's only averaging 15 minutes a game, but he's still averaging about 15 points a game in 15 minutes. So he's not doing bad. Chris, your thoughts on the Phoenix Suns?
Yeah, I'm surprised where they are in the standings, but to be honest, I thought they would be better this year than they were last year. Yeah, they lost KD, but they don't have Bill. But they most of the time, never had them 3 guys all in the court at the same time anyway. And most of the time, they didn't have Bill, so losing Bill wasn't that big a deal because he never really played that much for Phoenix. So KD was the one they lost, but they got better defensively when they lost KD by getting Brooks and Green. And I think they're a little deeper now, because now they're using giving some of their younger guys off the bench more of an opportunity and getting to see what them guys can do, because now you're not catering to your superstars. It's more of a team game, and then just depending on 2 or 3 guys. So I think it's a good thing for the Suns, because now they're getting to see what they have in some of them younger guys, and I think it all starts on the defensive end, because we see it all the time. If a team's playing good defense, that usually opens your offense up.
Yeah. Big Glenn, your thoughts on Phoenix?
The Suns are looking pretty damn good right now, man. Dylan Brooks seems to have his head on in that way, even though he's a head case, getting in people's heads. When the Pacers played in Phoenix a few weeks back, man, Dylan Brooks was causing all kinds of trouble, man, and everything. But as far as the competition in the West, their stay where they're at may be short lived, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. One thing I'm a little surprised with Dylan Brooks is that he's averaging 22 points a game. I knew he was a good defensive player. I mean, I've always and his toughness and his mouth, but 22 points a game. I don't remember him being that prolific of a scorer in the past. Does that surprise you guys at all?
Yes, absolutely. Because he wasn't known as a scorer, in Memphis, let alone Houston, So
I mean, let's be honest. Dylan Brooks, he's really good inside the paint, right? Layups, a little bit further outside the key, whatever. He's never really been a three-point shooter. I think that's kind of what hurt Dylan a lot with the Rockets, and maybe even in previous. I didn't watch him before he got to the Rockets. I didn't really watch him much, but when he was with the Rockets is where I paid most closely attention to him. He's never really been a three-ball guy, but he's definitely, when you get him in the paint, he can score in the paint, which I think is where most of his shots are coming from. They're not coming from the three-point line, which is fine. You don't have to be a damn three-ball guy. If you can get to the paint and score in the paint, you can get good defense. That's really all you need to do. And I think that's what Dylan is doing over there with Phoenix Suns. He's not worried about that three-point shooting. He's just really doing most of it in the paint.
Chris, are you surprised by Brooks' offense so far this year?
Yeah, I'm surprised some, but we're also have never seen him really on a team where he was one of their top three offensive options. Where
Right.
on here, he's more of the second, third option. Where in Memphis, he was more of the fourth option on offense. He was in that more of a Draymond Green role. You're out there for your to be the enforcer in your defense and everything else. But so now he's getting a little bit more opportunity to show what he can do on the offensive side. But yeah, it does surprise me a little bit because we just haven't seen it from him.
Next team is not quite as big surprise as maybe Phoenix or the other team we're going to talk about is the Detroit Pistons. The reason I got them down for a surprise because they are 19-5. Definitely thought they would be up there, man. But they're leading the division right now in the East and really playing well, led by Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren. Duren's averaging a double-double in production. Duren's a guy that I'm not real familiar with. You guys might be more familiar with him than I am. But he's really playing well in the big man position for Detroit. And I think they're for real, guys. I think they're going to be right up there in that 1 or 2 position all year. I don't think they'll fall back. Jay, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, they built themselves a lot like the Rockets have. And I say that because when you look, we got Amen Thompson and they got his brother Asur Thompson, and both of those guys play extremely well. I think probably Amen Thompson is probably one of the pieces that the Rockets have that's immovable, that they're not going to get rid of him. And I don't know why you had. I mean, both those guys are good leaders of their team. Tobias Harris, we know what he did with the 76ers. He has a good pedigree. Jalen Duren, so forth. They have a good team over there. Jalen Ivey, when he's been healthy, he's done good. They have a good coach, have a good team over there. And like I said, they've done it the right way. They slowly came through the draft process and just gotten better with it. And let's be honest, though, it's not like the East right now, I mean, is the most powerful conference with injuries. They've had a lot of injuries on that on the east side of life, So it's I think that kind of benefited them a little bit in some ways.
Yeah, could have. Big Glenn, your thoughts?
Not surprised. I've been watching a lot of Pacers basketball, even though that we haven't done too well, and we've already played them like 2 or 3 times already, and they are looking nice. Top to bottom, man. Got Cade Cunningham doing well, Jalen Duren, doing well as well, man. So I look forward to them potentially being in the East Finals.
Yeah, I think they could be. Chris, your thoughts?
I'm not real surprised because honestly, they should have beat the Knicks in the first round of the playoffs last year. So
yeah,
they were starting to show signs of being a competitive team at the upper level in the Eastern Conference last year. So I'm not real surprised. I do think they have benefited a little bit, like Jay said, from injuries on other teams. But I'm not taking nothing away from them because I think I do agree with what you said that I think they're going to be there at the end. They can make a deep run in the Eastern Conference playoffs. So as long as they stay healthy, I look for them to be right there, probably a top 3 team at the end of the season.
I will say this one thing. The only thing that I think Detroit needs to do a better job is in their rebounding. They're averaging 46 rebounds, a game. So they need, if they could do a little bit better on the rebounding, because only one of them, I forget who it was. One of them's averaging 11. The rest of them are averaging around 4 to 5. But I think if they can, and again, it's not much, but I think if they could get that rebounding up a little bit higher, then that's going to give them those second chance points, which then could put them, in that next echelon with OKC if they can get better at that.
And Jay, real quick before we move on, you see the colors are not red and white; they're blue and gold. So if you can't reference everything back to the Houston Rockets. If you're going to reference things back to a team, you got to reference them back to the Indiana Pacers. Come on, let's all get on the same page.
Right.
I just want to know what color your hoodie is, because last time I checked, that bad boy is red. You bleed red color. You may be blue and gold, but you bleed red.
Hey, look what that hoodie says on it.
I know, man. Look, man. A lot of people in captivity have to wear stuff. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you're being in captivity over there. You're brainwashed. I don't know.
I tell you what,
yes,
man.
I did notice that though. Yes.
Oklahoma, Alabama, we're taking their soul next, man. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, and then the other team that I had down to talk about, and this is a pretty big surprise to me, is the Toronto Raptors, man. 15-10 right now. They've got 8 players averaging 10 points or more a game. And their 3 leading scorers are Ingram with 21 points a game, Barnes with 20, and Barrett with 19. They are really surprised me. I mean, 8 players averaging 10 points a game. They're playing a lot of guys playing really well. Chris, what do you think about these Toronto Raptors?
I'm surprised. They have surprised me. I didn't think they'd be playing as well as they are. They're getting beat pretty good right now, though.
Yeah, the Knicks kicking their ass.
Yeah, the Knicks are putting it on them. But if you look at this Raptors team, it's a group of guys that never really reached their potential at the teams they started with. Reached their potential what people thought they would be in the league, like R.J. Barrett. A lot of people had high expectations for him coming out, going to the Knicks. He never, and that's same with Brandon Ingram. I mean, he had some good years in New Orleans. He's put up numbers, but never contributed to really winning. So I think you got a group of guys that are together, and it seems like they gel together good, and they're playing some good ball up there right now.
Jay, your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, tonight Quigley and what's the other guy? They got 2 guys that are actually out of tonight's game. This is probably why they're not winning. So they've got a couple of injuries over there. So with Toronto, I mean, that's where my boy Shed went to. I love Shed. He was a Houston Cougar, but I like his tenacity, right? I like the way he
quit bringing up Houston.
No, he's the backup point guard right now for Toronto. So I'm talking Toronto.
I just gotta give you a hard time, man.
Do I look like the kind of guy that you can just fuck around with?
Oh,
I look like the kind of
all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm very not.
No, but in all sincerity, though, they do have 2 of their starters out, right? So you can't expect much when you got 2 of your starters out. So especially when they're in the cup, but in terms of where they are, and like you said, they got Harrison Barnes, they got a lot of guys who, not like truly superstar guys, but guys that they've collectively assembled there. And like you said, if you got a culture, you don't have to have all the damn top brand names on your team. I think we've seen that. You can do just as good if you have a good culture and you're playing good, solid, fundamental basketball. So, Toronto doesn't surprise me where they are. Toronto's always put out a pretty decent product, no matter what. They've always had a decent product.
And Big Glenn, your thoughts?
I am not as high on Toronto as you guys are. I think they're going to fall back. I think they're going to come down to earth in that way, as far as and it's starting to look like that tonight, right now, as we speak.
Did you hear, Jay? They got 2 guys out. Give them a break.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, damn it.
Come on. You should know about players being out. Hell, the Pacers have the whole damn team out most of the year.
Absolutely.
Hey, are you going to give a culture break? We're starting a 44-year-old quarterback Sunday.
Are we going to start him? Last I heard he was on practice.
Yeah, we're starting him, all right.
I'm assuming that he's going to start.
He came back to ride the bench.
Hey, I found out yesterday that Philip Rivers is only a year younger than me.
Yeah, grandpa.
Yeah.
Hey, all I know, you remember that movie Old School with Blue? When Blue got into the swimming pool and the two girls were on the other side of him, and he just went.
Yeah.
I feel like when Rivers goes out, he's gonna be able to snap to it like this. Fuck me.
Hey, I know we're talking basketball, but real quick, Pat McAfee and them had me rolling today when they were talking about Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Hey,
That was
all I know is I've noticed, and every now and then you'll see a few football players on the back of the helmet. They put this little slogan. Some of them have. I think on the back of his, he's gonna have hymns on the back of his.
Shit, probably. It wouldn't be that, it wouldn't look that honestly that much different than the one that's around there. Where it says Jim Irsay. If you think about the Hens logo.
Okay, guys.
Oh man, what a time to be alive! I'm sorry. Yes, let's get back to basketball. Damn it, Chris. Stay on point.
We're gonna move on. This is NBA surprise, but this is gonna be kind of surprising players. The first one, Chris, you're gonna have to help me with his name. He's a rookie for the Philadelphia 76ers. VJ
Edgecombe.
Edgecombe. Oh, that's what I was going to pronounce it. I didn't know if that was right or not.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, I have no idea.
Okay.
It's easy as hell. As soon as
You
you
asked
said
the
VJ,
wrong
I knew exactly who it
Okay,
was.
VJ Edgecombe. He's doing really well as a rookie there so far. Some people think he could be so far possibly up for Rookie of the Year this year. Early Rookie of the Year, averaging 14 points a game, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds. So let's go to Glenn. Glenn seems to know this guy pretty well. What are you thinking about Edgecombe?
Edgecombe is going to be the Rookie of the Year. He's putting up great stats and everything for this rookie class. I mean, he's the class of the field in that way.
And Philadelphia is 13-10. Got off to a real fast start. Came down to earth.
Just like those Chicago Bulls, huh?
Yeah, same thing. Chris, your thoughts on Edgecombe?
To be honest, I don't know much about him, but I do have a question. Is he the rookie that like the first 2 or 3 games?
Yeah,
one game he scored like 36 points or something.
Yeah,
first
he went
game,
crazy.
Okay, I do know him from that where he got off to a real hot start.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really haven't seen much of him playing, so I really can't say a whole lot about him. But I do remember at the beginning of the year he was on fire.
Oh yeah. And Jay, your thoughts on Edgecombe?
Yeah, I think it's like anything else. He came out hot, just like the Philly came out hot, and then things settled down, and you kind of settle back down, right? I mean, and as a rookie, I mean, you're probably gonna have lots of up and down moments in your NBA career. Different matchups, different nights. I mean, it's you got to give him time. I mean, he's still a brand new kid out there, so he probably is having some up and down nights, and I think it'll be like that until for at least the first year or so. So I think he's going to come out. He probably is coming out hot. He don't know any better. He out there playing his lights out, trying to get trying to earn that money. So more power to him.
Next up is Atlanta Hawks player. They're 14-11 right now. Not playing too bad. Is Jalen Johnson. And this is a guy that I'm not seen play a whole lot. But, man, he's having an all-star level right now, dominating in points, rebounds, and assists. He's averaging 23 points a game, 10.5 rebounds, and 8 assists a game. So this dude's, and I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't know who this dude is, but I seen his numbers, and I definitely had to bring him up. I'll go to Big Glenn. Glenn follows the NBA quite a bit. Do you have a take on Jalen Johnson?
Oh, absolutely, man. He kicked our ass on Halloween, man. That is for real. I think he's gonna have a good season with Atlanta.
Do you think he's gonna be an all-star? Think he'll be an all-star?
I think he'll get in. But Atlanta, their fans down there, they will vote him in somehow. He'll definitely be an all-star.
Hey Glenn, real quick, how are they doing the all-star this year? Because aren't they doing some kind of like United States versus the
like W does for Olympic years? They might. I did see them want to try.
I knew they were talking about doing something like USA.
Oh, 3-on-3, yeah. 3-on-3 or something like that. I haven't looked too much into it, honestly.
I was gonna say I think they're changing the All-Star game again, so I'm not sure exactly.
It's like a round robins or something, some crap like that. I haven't looked into too much of it, but it's definitely gonna be interesting.
They're talking about doing something like the U.S. players against the European players or whatever.
Yeah. I would
So
love to see it
US get their ass kicked.
because yeah, I remember when the
Yeah.
W did that when they was in
Let,
the
let, let's
meeting
put
for All
let's put
Star.
let's put Jokic and
Yeah,
Luca and Giannis all on the same
shit.
team.
Yeah.
That sounds like
You
a good
never
idea. That sounds like a
you
real
ne-
good idea.
Hey Gonzo, you remember when they did that for the W All Star in Phoenix? They had the Team USA versus the W.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese kicked their ass.
Damn, this fucking hey, this kid is tearing it up. I
He
I
is,
don't pay a
man.
lot of attention to the Hawks. That's more like Logan's team. But yeah, I'm just looking at what this kid's done. It's incredible, man. Like
Oh
he's
yeah, Jalen
averaging.
It's
Johnson's a good
wild.
player.
Yeah, this dude's averaging. So just was a 1, 2, 3. Just over the last 5 games, he's been in double-digit rebounds: 12, 14, 13, 18, 12, and then almost the same thing in assists: 12, 16, 7, 7, 12. I mean, that's not the points, but I'm just saying. So he's shooting the ball stupidly. I mean, even like his free throw percentage is damn near at, I think 100, 187, 77. I mean, it's just even like his 3 points, 40%, 50%. I mean, he's
That's
shooting
what
the
you call a
ball
complete
fucking
player right
amazing.
there.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this is definitely all-star numbers. When you put 27 points, 8
Yep.
assists, and 43% at the 3-point line, 48% at the field goal line on the Pistons. That's
You mean the
crazy.
Hawks?
Well, that's what stood out to me because he's averaging 23 points a game, like I said, 10 and a half rebounds and 8 assists a game. I mean, that's outstanding. That's damn good numbers.
I mean, it's still
Oh,
early in the
absolutely.
season, but if he continues to play like this going towards the All-Star break, I mean,
I
and
think he
again, a
will.
lot of times those All-Star games, correct me if I'm wrong though, isn't that a fan voting thing or is it a partial fan, partial coaches?
Partial fan, partial coaches.
Because most fans probably don't know a lot about Jalen Johnson. That's the only thing I wonder if it hurts him because I didn't really know
Yeah,
about
it does. Well, that's why I was saying that I still think he'll get in, even if the fans don't vote him in. He'll will play his way into his product on the court.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you know what I
that'll
mean?
definitely hurt him because Halliburton should have been All-Star the year before, the year before, and he didn't get it just because a lot of people didn't know him because he played in
when we
Indiana
hosted it,
and we didn't get a lot of games, and then the next year we made the playoffs and he got that exposure. Then everybody knows who the hell he is.
Doc Rivers bitch ass not playing him in the fourth quarter when we hosted the All Star. That Halliburton should have been the MVP of that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Chris, your thoughts on Jalen Johnson?
Oh no, I agree with what everybody has said. Dude's a heck of a player. I remember watching him play when he was in college. So yeah, he's a heck of a player, and he just keeps getting better. And I do think he'll be an All-Star. I just didn't know how they're doing that, since if they're doing the teams like that, how many spots, and how they're going
They
how
will
that's
find
going
a
to
way
affect
to
like the vote.
Yeah.
But
However
yeah,
they do it.
because they're going to try to find. Yeah, they're going to find a way to have LeBron and Steph and all them guys a part of it. So, I mean, that's all. That was my only question, because I think he's going to keep putting up these kind of numbers. So I think he's definitely going to be deserving.
Okay, guys, the last player I had down to talk about is Austin Reeves for the Lakers. Lakers are 17-6. Reeves is averaging 36 minutes a game, 28 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. He's having all-star numbers, guys, too. He's playing very well. Chris, your thoughts on Reeves?
I'm gonna piss a lot of people off.
No, I'll get Frankie on speed dial. I want you to say it with your chest.
And what I was getting ready to say, what in particular is going to be Frankie? I think Austin Reeves is overrated. He's a good player, but he's, to me, if you want to be a championship team, he has to be your 4th or 5th best player. He's not a number 2 or a number 3 guy on a championship team. And I think if you look at last year, he had a great regular season, but he gets in the playoffs where the game gets more physical, referees don't blow the whistle, and he struggles. And I think that's going to be the same thing that you're going to see this year. Rich Paul said on a podcast, I think yesterday, or basically the same thing, and I agree. Like Austin Reeves needs to be your 4th, 5th, or 6th. Like he'd be a great 6th man on a championship team. or a great 4 or 5th option, but to be your number 2 or 3 guy, I just don't think he's that player. But he is putting up. I mean, he's putting up great numbers. But he started to do that. He was doing that last year, but then he kind of dropped off a little bit. Then in the playoffs, he disappeared.
Okay. Jay, your thoughts on Austin Reeves?
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with Chris. I still think Austin. How old is this kid? 27 years old. 28, 5 and 6. I mean, he's got great. I mean, his numbers are good. But like Chris said, it's great for regular season, but it doesn't always translate into postseason. I think James Harden was a classic example of not translating into postseason what you're doing in the regular season. So I think for Austin, he still has room to grow, to prove to people, that he can be the number 2 guy. And part of that is going to be proving it in the playoffs. And that's the biggest thing he can do right now to improve what people think about him is showing up in the playoffs, not only showing up, but being a level 2 contributor and not just being there. So we'll see. For me right now, he's not a number 2. I think he's a number 3. He's not a number 2.
Okay. And Big Lynn, your thoughts?
I want to talk about this.
What kind of internet you got out there in Texas, man?
Yeah, he got that farmersonly.com internet, wherever the hell that shit is.
What am I freezing or something, or what happened?
I guess so.
Yeah, you were freezing up a little bit. Then all of a sudden you were talking like 1,000 miles an hour. Your mouth was moving 1,000 miles an hour, trying to catch back up. It did look kind of cool though, but yeah.
Succotash.
Yeah, well, when you live in an area and there's only one damn tower and everybody at this time of night wants to get on it, or even in the daytime, shit happens.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get more.
But about Austin Reeves, man. But about Austin Reeves, man, I want to talk about Desmond Bain here in just a second, but we'll do Austin Reeves first. Great player, great number 2. Not great number 2. I think more like a 3. But I think once he gets the playoffs, it's going to be. He's going to get timid.
Okay. Hey, Glenn, what did you say you wanted to talk about?
Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain, yeah.
Yes.
Had one hell of a game tonight, man. Dropped 37 on the Miami Heat.
Okay.
Richmond, Indiana's own, baby. So you guys know him from Richmond. Originally, I live in Indy now.
Yep.
But, man, Desmond Bain, baby, dropping on the Heat.
Hey, quick question on Desmond Bain, staying on that same subject matter.
Yes.
The other night when he took that ball and slammed it into old boy's back when he was on the ground in Orlando, whatever came out of that in terms of, is he going to face? I mean,
he got fined, and I'll tell you what, it was against the Knicks, right? Wasn't
you know where he learned to do that at? He learned to do that in Richmond, Indiana.
Yes, he did. He did. What's funny about that? Because it was against the Knicks. He should have taken that ball and done it, threw it at him again.
Picked up there. Bam!
Yeah.
Richmond's only like 25 minutes from about 30 minute drive from
more like 40.
And
but yeah.
You know what Richmond, and I just learned this a couple years ago, what Richmond, Indiana is known for.
I hate open-ended questions. That's so much interpretation.
Question.
To not be crude or disrespectful, I do not know what Richmond is.
I'll give you a hint. It's got to do with music.
I mean, there's a lot that have to do with music. I mean, can we be more specific?
You do porn music.
Straight to porn music.
Nah, that ain't it.
I told you don't give me a damn open-ended question. I told you don't do it, man. Okay, this is Richmond, Indiana.
Yes.
Obviously, it's not French Lick, so this has nothing to do with Bird.
Tell you, if I give him a hint,
Bird,
probably give it away.
Okay, give me a hint.
One of the NBA teams has the genre in their name.
No, the Jazz.
That's more blues. More blues. They were one of the birthplaces of blues.
Really? Jazz and blues.
Big blues place.
I would have never thought that.
I've lived in Indiana for my whole life, and I just found this out 2 or 3 years ago.
Look at Armstrong.
You forget how many
some of that.
How many years that is?
Yeah. But hold on. If we're gonna go down this rabbit hole, you're talking about a city called Richmond. You've
Yes.
obviously been through Richmond a lot, and you had no
No,
idea
I've
that.
not been there a lot, but I mean, I've been there. The only other thing I knew about Richmond, they used to have a crazy house there because my aunt was there.
What's
I
your
mean,
state hospital? I know
she
exactly
was
what
a
you're talking
crazy
about.
hospital, but they
Look,
didn't
my
call
house
it
is a crazy
hospital.
house. What does that
They
have
called
to do with?
Oh yeah, it was.
they
I've
had
been.
it was the hospital, but they called it growing up as a kid, everybody called it the crazy house, and I know because
Yep.
my aunt spent time there.
And I've walked through
And
some of
she
the
was
halls in
crazy.
some of those buildings. Not that I've actually been there as a patient or anything, but
Yeah.
I was gonna say about the only time Dad probably ever went to Richmond was to go to the Richmond Hospital, and then to the high school for wrestling meets.
Yep.
About the only
And
time, yeah.
it's a nice arena
Interesting.
too.
I would have never thought though Indiana would have been linked to blues.
Yeah,
And-
it's
I
crazy.
just don't. My brain just doesn't gravitate
Yeah.
that direction.
Indiana's linked to all kinds of music.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I
Like,
get
is it
Chicago. I get how Chicago would be
Yeah,
related
yeah.
to the blues, things like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, really, if you
Jerry Lee
think about
Lewis?
it, we have Mellencamp in the rock genre. We had Michael Jackson.
Jerry Lee Lewis or whatever, right? Or James? Yeah, you know who I'm thinking.
I mean, so I
Up
mean,
there by you
there's
guys, right?
a lot of different genres of music have been do get represented out of the state.
That's
The
true.
guy that made Great Balls of Fire is from up by you guys, ain't it?
I don't know. Is he? I thought he was from Tennessee.
Hey, listen,
Jerry Lee Lewis.
you know who Jerry Lee Lewis is. You know who he's married to, or you know who not married. You know he married his cousin. We all know about that.
Yeah.
But do you know who he's related to? He's related to two other famous people.
Not only did he marry his cousin, let's be honest, he married his 14-year-old cousin. So
Yeah.
piece of shit.
Okay, this is supposed to be a basketball show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's get back on topic.
Yeah, let's get back
Get back on topic,
We're
man.
going down the rabbit hole that we made.
I'm like, look, that was your dad's fault. He was there talking about Indiana and blues.
Hey.
I mean, I had no idea.
I assisted those, so hey, it was a good talk.
It's Glenn's fault. He put up
It
Jerry
is.
Lewis.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Got one little thing to close out with. Talk just a little bit about the East and the West, the conferences. Detroit's leading the East 19-5. Knicks are 16-7. This is a little bit of surprise. Boston, even with missing some of their key players, 15-9, and Toronto 15-10. The West, Thunder,
Yeah,
23-1. I don't know if they're going
Yeah.
to lose another game. The Lakers are 17-6, Denver at 17-6, and Houston at 15-6. Big surprise to me is Boston, guys. I didn't think they would be doing as well as they're doing right now. So that's a little bit of a surprise. Right now, is there a team that's standing out to you in the West? Of course, everybody's going to say the Thunder. I understand. Who right now do you think is the biggest threat to the Thunder in the West? Chris?
Denver Nuggets.
I would agree with that. Even though the Lakers are playing pretty well, and LeBron's not been back very long, but his old ass, who knows how long he'll be there. So,
I mean,
Jay-
the Nuggets, if ball bounces just this way one time, they could have maybe been in the NBA Finals last year instead of the Thunder. I mean, if you remember, that was a hell of a series between the Thunder and the Nuggets.
You know what's
And
crazy,
a couple of them
Gonzo?
games came down to the last second.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Nuggets was right there. They match up good with the Thunder. That's why I'd go with the Nuggets.
You know what's crazy though, with you saying that, Gonzo? If it was Denver in the finals against us, I think we probably would be in the 6.
The only thing that worries me about Denver matching up with OKC would be the same issue we talked about last year. Last year, we knew that OKC and Indiana matched up well because they're both high flying type of teams. They're very, very cardiovascularly fit teams, right? I mean, they're quick. I don't know that Denver can match the cardio or the speed of the game that OKC is putting down. That's the only thing that worries me about that. I feel like with Joker, it's more like a half court type deal or a slower pace type deal. I do think, and I'm not trying to be a homer with the Rockets, but I do think that we match up though with OKC.
No Rocket talk, damn it.
Well, you know what? I told your dad not to talk about blues in Indiana, but here we are talking about blues in Indiana. So do it, okay? One time it's not going to hurt you. You know what? You really pissing me off.
Well, I'm gonna be adding this.
But anyway,
in just a second.
Man, I hope somebody comes over there. Pablo's not there. I need somebody to go to Chris's house, confiscate 4 or 5 of his vapes, take them over there, let Pablo pee, and then return them back without letting him know. I just need somebody urinate because he is just being.
I don't have a dog. I don't have a dog right now. I have a crazy ass cat.
No, that's why we gotta take him over to. No, ooh, you got a cat.
It ain't really my cat, but she's always in my room and she's fucking crazy.
I love cats, man. Because when they urinate on something, that never goes anywhere. That stain is there for the life of that house. That's even better. I'll find out your daughter's phone number. I'm gonna give her a call, and I'm gonna give her a couple of. I'm gonna give her a couple of requests. I'm gonna let her. I got a couple of requests. Yeah. So don't worry about that. That's an offline. That's an offline. No, that's an offline conversation. That's an offline conversation.
What the hell is it? A pizza place? I'll put in an order.
Hey, hold on. Bring it back. But no, hold on.
Yes.
But I do feel like, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be a homer, but I do think that Houston can match. We got the bench, right? We got the height in Sagoon. He can match up with home. I just feel like we only lost by what, 3 or 4 points. I think when we met them, we played in the first part of the season or part of the when we began, right? And we took them overtime. So I know we can play with them. It's going to come down to who can be healthy, in my opinion. And again, OKC has the experience. Let's not overlook that. I don't overlook that. They had the experience, right? So that's a lot to contend with. But I do like our chances this year. Much better than I do like our chances last year.
Hey, Jay, not to rain on your parade, but that OKC team that you guys took the overtime, the Pacers team took them to overtime 2 days later, and the Pacers have only won 3 games this year.
Well, shit, everybody gets lucky once in a while. Look,
we've had a lot of injuries, though.
I know. That just shows you where we was at the beginning of the season until before we got everybody.
We're just now starting to get up off the mat and now like.
Hey, look, Indiana's the only damn team this year that's like golf. They give you motherfuckers a handicap.
Yeah, that's true. Big Glenn, your thoughts on the West? Who's got the best chance against the Thunder in the West?
I tell you what, man, there's still a line from John Gruden. My answer is about to have Jay McLovin fill nicely. I think it's Houston.
Okay. You like Houston? Okay. Who in the East? Who you liking in the East, Big Glenn?
True. I ain't picking up the Knicks, so I'm going to go with the lesser of the two evils, not being Detroit.
I'm going with Detroit also. I like Detroit. Jay, who you liking in the East right now?
I think Chris hit the nail on the head earlier in the show when he was talking about how Detroit really should have, and we all agree that Detroit won that series, right? So I mean, when they beat New York, you got to imagine, and they're at the top of the leaderboard right now in the East. So yeah, for me, it's still the East goes through Detroit, but I got to tell you, man. I don't want to skip over or glaze over what Boston is doing because it's pretty damn phenomenal when you consider the fact that they lost Tatum, right? And I'm sitting here looking at their damn starting 5, and you got Jaylen Brown. Okay, he's always been there. Got it. Derek White, Pritchard, Walsh, and some guy's name I can't pronounce as their center. I'm just saying that team doesn't look anywhere near like. Teams of previous years. I mean, but yet they're still at the third spot in the East.
They still got those core players at the core spots that they've played well with to begin with.
But here's what I want to ask you guys. Hold on, but here's the question. Yeah. So my question is, why are they where they are? Is in all of you, everybody, are they where they are because they're just playing good ball? Or are they where they are because the East, like I said, with the injuries and everything, is just a little watered down right now, making them look better than what they are?
I'll give you 2 answers. Yeah. A little bit watered down and a very good coach.
Yeah.
Definitely watered down, that's for sure. And the other part of my answer with that is just they have enough of the core from the team before they lost Jason Tatum to be able to compete.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both because I think the Pacers, if we wouldn't have had all our injuries, would have been in almost the same spot as the Celtics are right now. And I think it's because of the same thing. The Pacers and the Celtics have pretty good depth. So yeah, you did lose Tatum, but what the Celtics do have is basically another star in Brown because Brown could be a number one on a lot of teams,
And White could be a 2.
So I mean they had that luxury of having a Brown there to kind of carry the load.
And
So,
the Pacers are just
yeah,
now starting.
but I do
get
also
themselves-
think that it's partly due to the injuries and stuff too that they're as high up as they are. But it doesn't surprise me that they didn't fall all the way down to the bottom, because I still thought they'd be competitive, but of course they weren't going to be as good as they would if they have Tatum.
Yeah, the Pacers are just now starting to get themselves up off the mat in that way, as far as being competitive and winning games.
I did see an interesting comparison earlier today, comparing Mr. Turner to our center, Huff. Huff is averaging just as many points as Turner. They're averaging the same amount of minutes. Not really surprising. Why is Turner only playing 15 minutes a game? But he's out rebounding Turner, and he's out assisting Turner. About every category, Huff, who's making a lot less money than Turner, is out playing Turner. So, and I don't think Milwaukee's real happy on the return so far this year.
Hell, we could have told them that.
But I will tell you this though, this team has won against some good teams. As a matter of fact, they're on a 5-game win streak right now. It started with Cleveland, New York, Washington. They beat the Lakers by 21, and then they played Toronto and beat Toronto by 8.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing some good teams and getting some good wins in there. So I don't want to take away from that by saying that because they're in the water.
Combination.
Yeah,
Combination. I don't think it's all just because there's injuries. I think they still have a good team.
And real quick, I want to go back to Turner. I think Turner was in the right place with the Pacers. I think he was a good fit with the Pacers, and he went to another team and he's not a fit there. I think if he went to the Lakers, I think he would have struggled with the Lakers. I don't think he would have been the right fit for the Lakers. I really don't. I think he was in the right team, and I don't know how many right fits there are for him in the NBA.
Exactly.
And he got his money, but I think he's going
to be regretting his decision. That's for sure.
Well, I don't know if he's going to regret it. He got his money. I think Milwaukee's going to regret it.
Yeah. And a lot of people gonna be regretting because
Milwaukee's got a lot of issues. Real quick, since we're talking about Milwaukee, real quick, Giannis is still not happy with anything that's going on in that organization, and I don't know.
Be a Laker.
You think he's going to be a Laker?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, 1,000%.
I just don't
know
see
where
that.
the players go.
I don't think so. I don't think they've got what Milwaukee would want in return.
I think right now Atlanta probably has the best between players and picks. Atlanta has a lot to offer.
Atlanta's got a lot to offer. I think San Antonio could if they're interested.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine Giannis with Wembanyama and
Jesus Christ, I don't even joke about that.
and Harden, because they're going to have to give up somebody. I don't know who. I don't know what player is going to be out the door. Maybe Castle. Castle might be out the door along with some draft picks.
Nah, if you guys are trying to get Giannis, y'all probably have to give up Alfred Sengun.
Oh no, I was talking about San Antonio Spurs. If we were to give up, it would be probably Sengun, and we got a pick from it would probably be Sengun, Van Fleet, and a first round pick from the Suns.
What about the Dallas Mavericks?
The only problem with that is if you're going to go for Giannis, you got to make sure he's going to stay with you.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if you give up that much and he don't stay with you, you're screwed.
Yeah. What about Dallas Mavericks? They can send Anthony Davis over to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there are like legitimately. I think Toronto's one of them, but there's 2 or 3 teams that are actually interested in Anthony Davis if they decide to part ways.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you could put Giannis over in Dallas with
Cooper Flag and Kyrie Irving, that'd be nice.
They get healthy, like you could have a solid team over
there. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, man.
The only reason I think Houston would be good for them is because they know what they're getting in Sengun. They know what type of player Sengun is. They know he's only 23 years old. They know his upside is a massive. You can get 6 picks, but I wonder out of those 6 picks, how many of them are going to be of a Sengun type, or even where Giannis was. You never know. You hope, you think, but you don't know.
Would you give up if you're Dallas? Would you give up the number 1 pick you just took,
Oh, would I give a Cooper flag for Giannis
and other picks,
and
and maybe
Davis?
another player?
Yeah.
I'd give up
Take
flag.
Giannis over in this. You look, Giannis ain't no young kid. He's in his 30s. So your window with Giannis to be in competing for a championship is probably what 2, 3 years,
5.
4, 5 years.
5 tops.
Yeah.
We'll give it 5. I'll give it 5. So you got a 5-year window. So what pieces you give up? What are you going to replace it with to put alongside Giannis? Now it might not be too hard to do that because Giannis probably would draw a lot of free agents to come there.
Yeah.
And Kyrie's probably getting close to the end of his career, you know.
God, yeah, Kyrie's got to be. How old's Kyrie? He's in his 30s too, ain't he? 32,
he's in
33,
mid-30s.
somewhere around there.
I would think so.
I mean, really, the only thing that Dallas has, in my opinion, is Cooper Flag. I don't know. I mean, to build around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
Gonzo,
such a
what are you
risk, though, Phil.
What are you thinking, Gonzo, about that?
Yeah, I don't know where. I mean, I don't know where Giannis is going to end up. I kind of think he's going to end up staying with Milwaukee at least to the end of this year. I don't think they're going to do anything. during the
I
season.
think so too.
The only thing that makes me wonder about that is they were talking about a gap fill year. And I don't know if Giannis is not going to want a gap year. He's trying to get his second championship. I just don't know if he's going to want to deal with the gap year. I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Well, guys,
Doesn't
I
Giannis
thought
have, yeah, I was going to say, doesn't Giannis have that one agent you just talked about, Gonzo? Is that his agent?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who his agent is. I know Rich Paul came out and talked about LeBron when they were asking Rich Paul if they thought LeBron, would he help out, X number of teams? And he goes, LeBron would help out 29 other teams, but he's not going anywhere. So that tells me LeBron is firmly in the Lakers' hold. I don't think he's going to leave.
Well, Rich Paul has that new podcast that just started on the.
Does he?
On the Bill Simmons' network.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see Bron. I think Bron's going to retire Laker. The only question for me is will he make it long enough to see Bryce come in? And then are the Lakers going to try to go for Bryce?
He's going to try to put himself in the ice thing and the ice machine, whatever you call those things, cryotherapy, to make sure the heat stays long enough.
Is he a free agent after the season?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yep.
They're gonna sign. They'll sign his ass. They'll sign his ass to another 1 or 2 year deal. You know they will. Yeah, they will.
What kind of money he wants?
Well,
Let me ask you this though. But how bad does it? Yeah.
What'd you say?
So this year was 52 million, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna re-sign him to no 50-something million a year.
Oh, no. I think he knows that though. I think he knows that. I think at this point, LeBron probably don't care too much about the damn money because he's got more than he fucking needs. I think at this point, it's just a matter of staying with his kids, trying to fulfill that legacy milestone, and then I think he's out the door. And I think he's going to go do whatever he does.
With all the buses leaving, in that way, all the bus family left the organization and whatnot. So.
But let me ask you guys this, and Chris, if you don't mind, just one more thing, and we'll get out of here because this really does. I've been kind of wondering about this. And do you think that the Lakers bringing Braun on wasn't necessarily in their best interest long term? I mean, I know they got a title out of it, but long term, for what it's worth, has it really been beneficial? Because now you got him waiting for his kids to come over, and the Lakers are trying to do all. Do you think it puts the Lakers in a bad light? Like, he really take this organization seriously?
I think it was worth them bringing there because if you didn't bring LeBron there, you wouldn't have Luka right now.
It's true
because Anthony Davis would have never came to the Lakers, and then you would have never been able to make that trade that you made. The Lakers got some players that they wouldn't have got because LeBron went there.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of how they done the Bronny James thing, but it wasn't like it really hurt their team because they ain't paying him a bunch of money, and he hasn't really took a spot from a deserving guy, so I can't complain too much about that. But no, I mean, hell, if you can get LeBron James on your team, it's going to help your organization. Now, it usually ends messy, but he definitely is going to help your organization while he's there.
So do you think, I guess the follow-on question to that is then, so do you think now that he's coming up probably for contract renewal, if they sign him to another 40 million, whatever it is it beneficial for them to bring him back? Or is it better to just let him go into free agency?
It depends on what kind of money that you got to pay him. But I think this new ownership group, I don't think they'll pay him a lot of money, because this ownership group is the same ownership group that the Dodgers have, and they're not afraid to move off players. Like, if you look, the Dodgers moved off some players that they had paid money, and like they're not afraid to move off players and go try to get players. So it wouldn't. Yeah, I don't expect them to re-sign him unless they get him at a lot cheaper than.
Well, they can take that money and get a younger free agent. Somebody that's going to match up with Luka even better. It's Luka's team now. I don't see why they would want LeBron back. I'm not trying to
I get it. It's
LeBron. I'm just saying his age and everything.
Right.
And if you're going to pay 30 million, 40 million, or something like that, there's better deals out there than LeBron now. I mean, age catches up with everybody. I'm not putting LeBron down. And LeBron's still a big draw. I'm not saying that, but there's going to be players in that free agent market that they could bring in and really try to get a champion, a better champion.
Build a team around Luka and Austin Reeves.
Yep.
I love when he does that. I just love when he does that. It's all. No. In my opinion, and this is the last thing I'll say on it, I feel like, to your point, Chris. Yeah, you're right. They got all these players because Bron came there, but now they're there, right? Luka's there. Everybody's there now. So I don't know if you really need to bring Bron back, unless you get him at an affordable deal. If you get him at an affordable deal,
unless I'm getting him on a real affordable deal.
Yeah,
$5.
interesting. That's interesting. Well, that's all I have. Hey, does anybody around the horn? Does anybody have anything else they want to talk about?
This one's small. I think LeBron, it's time for you to hang it up, my man. That body is telling you no.
I honestly think this is going to be his. I honestly think this is going to be his last year.
I do too.
Yeah, I think it's the point where it's time to let it go. So I agree with
when
you.
You're
100%.
having sciatica problems and joint problems, your body is telling you to just retire.
Well, I mean, at some point, again, like I think Tony said, everybody has a mortal date that they need to call it. And I think for his legacy, to not tarnish it or anything, he needs to call it while he's at the top of his game and ride off into the sunset. You made it. You made it with Bronny. I mean, I didn't even think they'd make it that long. So it's crazy he even made it that long.
How old is LeBron?
41. 42, I think, in this month. He has a birthday this month. So I think he turns 42. No, 41. I apologize. I think he turns 41. He's 40 now, so he should turn 41 this month.
Yeah, he's 40. So hell, he can play at least 3 more years. I mean, hell, we're getting ready to watch Phillip Rivers play in the NFL at 44. So hell, you can play in the NBA till at least 44.
I can entertain this foolishness.
Who do you think he is?
Listen,
Robert
I can put
Parrish.
anybody out there in the court in a wheelchair and call it good. Doesn't mean that they're going to be effective.
Robert Parrish last year was with the 7-2 win Bulls, and he played like 5 minutes the whole season.
What do you know about Robert Parrish? You weren't even alive. Glenn, be quiet. Sit up there and be quiet. Damn.
Hey, my dog is pretty bad.
These young kids talking about Robert Parrish. Can you believe this, man? He only knows Robert Parrish because he opened up his blister pack yesterday at cards, and out came a Robert Parrish card. He's like, "Oh, look at this black guy. Oh, that looks like he might be worth something." Right. Put that over in the card I don't know anybody about. What a time to be alive. Again, these are only the thoughts of Jay McLovin and not the thoughts of this panel. I feel like legally I should say that.
Glenn, don't take that shit. Tell him to fuck off.
You know what, Jay? Get the fuck off.
That's what Melanie said last night, and I did, so I'll be quiet. Having that being said, it is. I can't read this damn. This has been Tuesday's Hoops. And get ready for
Tuesday night hoop talk.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Right. This has been Tuesday night hoop talk with Indiana Colors. And we'll be back for another evening show on Thursday. I don't know what do we name the football show? Because I have not seen it yet.
Thursday night blitz.
Blitz.
And Thursday night blitz. Probably with Colt colors.
It is with Colt colors,
I'm
sir.
gonna give you a spoiler alert. It's probably gonna have some damn Colt colors. I apologize. No, don't adjust your screen. That really is the true color scheme of this show. Again, hey, tomorrow catch us back at it tomorrow on the afternoon show at 1:00 Central, 2:00 Eastern, and you can catch more of this tomfoolery. And on behalf of Tony, Big Glenn, Gonzo, and myself, Jay McLovin, y'all have a good night.